Essa bitch deu risada no story. Ela disse que eu não tenho drip, que não vai namorar pobre. Quem disse que eu te
Smooth operator, always real, no frills. Got charisma, popping like it's all surreal. Eyes like velvet, voice that'll make you feel. Heart of a lion, loyal like steel. In his presence, doubters kneel, they heal.
All right, here we go. I had to do this over because Facebook, they want to block shit. Like they overly sensitive about what I got to say because when they destroy our lives and oppress us, it's nothing. But when you speak about it, then you become this racist kind of guy or fucking, you promoting violence. But when they bashing your head in and shooting you and oppressing you and doing all this other stupid shit to you, it's nothing. Word. These motherfuckers is bugged out, man. Facebook. Well, we don't need no fucking Facebook. Word. Now, what I'm trying to say is, what you eat don't make me shit, all right? And who you fuck don't make me come. We gonna hit it straight on that note. Thanks to J. Cole for bringing that to us in a clear form, for the lack of better words and shit. But you kept me in prison for extra 9 years, right? By fabricating my mental health record, like black people supposed to go through that type of torture. Like I'm supposed to go through that because I'm black or whatever. And that's not to play the race card. We not playing no fucking race card here, all right? This is the fucking card we playing, all right? You kept me in prison for extra 9 years by fabricating my mental health records. Secondly, the district attorney, Darcel Clark of the Bronx, she went back, she was the prosecutor on my case. One of the district attorney at the time went back into the grand jury, said that the jurors had questions on the law. So they reopened the grand jury after they started the voting and deliberation process. Now, during the vote in the deliberation process, no one is to be in the presence of the grand jury, not even the stenographer nor the district attorney. Oh, damn, how am I eat and do this at the same time? But the original felony complaint prescribed the charges manslaughter in the first degree, and intentional murder in the second degree. The intentional murder charge was dismissed by the grand jury. Somehow it got dismissed. And then the district attorney drafted her own charge, depraved indifference murder. The depraved indifference murder charge is being dismissed in all 4 jurisdictions in the state of New York. The first, second, third, fourth department, as well as a court of appeals in the United States Supreme Court. But they stopped it, said it was a floodgate, that it'd be a bunch of murderers that gotta be let go. Come on, you fucking went back into the grand jury. They took the noose from around my neck because they seen the facts. They know that it's easy for somebody to tell that he's not the bad guy in the project. He's a product of the environment. What happened was a product of the environment. You abused me as a child in a time of AIDS, crack cocaine, violence. Motherfuckers robbed me in the projects. All this type of stuff that's going on. Now, I snap. Because I don't deserve that. Just like these ladies can't get a man. These don't give a fuck. They on top now. If 7 ladies to 1 man, they gonna fuck all 7 of them. And you discriminate because you don't want what you don't want. So you got a good man that's doing the right thing. You don't want that. You want the bad man that's just gonna hit it and then go hit the next girl, and then gonna leave your ass pregnant and not give a fuck. Cause my father didn't pay child support neither, motherfucker, white America. You fucking whack ass judges, you Tyranians, and you black motherfuckers like Darcel Clark. So color ain't got nothing to do with it. I think they be freaking off to that shit. Anyway, so what happened was, after the case got dismissed, after intentional murder got dismissed, they went and got the depraved indifference murder. Like I said, it was being, the depraved indifference doesn't charge a culpable mental state regarding the act. It gotta be a culpable mental state regarding the act, unless it's slavery again. And that's another thing, it violates the slavery clause, because the slavery clause says, even though it doesn't terminate for people that got convictions, it just says that no person should be subjected to slavery or involuntary servitude unless based on a conviction where the parties had been duly convicted. That's not a duly conviction. You have no right to impose slavery on me according to your 13th Amendment. And that slavery clause doesn't terminate as far as people that do get duly convicted. And once they released out on parole and back into society and then they off parole, where does that clause terminate? It doesn't terminate. So you don't have no right anyway to impose slavery on me because you don't have a duly conviction. You went back into the grand jury and reopened it. And after the dismissal of intentional murder, you went and put depraved indifference murder. And basically you changed the theory of prosecution. You cannot do that because it terminated. Once that charge is dismissed, you can never bring it back. And the only way you could bring back another charge under any kind of murder charge or any is through permission from the court under CPL section 170. Silly me. I left my law books in prison. I was a dumb move. I didn't think I was gonna need them. But I should have brought my law books home with me. I had the lawyer's diary, Gilbert's. That's all I really needed was the Gilbert. I should have brought my Gilbert's home with me. But that's neither here nor there. So, that's double jeopardy. That means you got the district attorney, Darcel Clark, who's the prosecutor at the time on my case, had a monopoly of charges. And it doesn't charge a intent for my mental state. And it's threefold, the way they violated my subject matter jurisdiction. They didn't have no subject matter jurisdiction. And threefold, because she argued the elements of intent at crime to convict me of depraved indifference. And the intent element is not in the charge description, nor the legal accusation. It's not in a legal accusation. So you cannot use an uncharged crime to convict somebody of another crime. That is fucked up. That's like selling somebody a Benz and then next thing you gonna go and give them a motherfucking Uti. Or with what? Or maybe, I ain't gonna say a Uti, but a cheaper car. But you was advertising a Benz. So that's fraud. I want my money. And then I can't raise a defense as to that because there's no elements of intent that could be negated, which would drop the charge down to manslaughter. But once intentional murder, which was in the felony complaint, get dismissed, you cannot bring no other charge. And then you went back in front of the grand jury. Nobody's supposed to be in front of the grand jury. That's CPL .00, but over in that section over there, I think it's subdivision 1, 2, 3, 4. Criminal procedure law. Nobody is supposed to be in the presence of the grand jury, not the district attorney nor the stenographer. So you reopen the grand jury during the voting and the deliberation process, and then put another charge. You cannot change the theory of prosecution. That was absolutely wrong. Why would you do such a thing? Because they took the noose from around my neck, and you put it right back around my neck. District attorney, and got me 31 years, and now my legs is messed up from being incarcerated from all them years, and nobody give a fuck. And then you know what they did? They even did it more. Right? Now we're gonna get into the ladies too. They even did it more. Right? They fabricated my mental health records to hit me at the parole board for 2 years, 5 times, which kept me in jail for an extra 9 years. That's slavery. 12 years a slave, 9 years a slave, 32 years a slave. And then you act like there's nothing to it, like you did nothing wrong at all. And it's not my fault, because listen, man, dudes harassed me out of my girlfriend. I was living my best life, motherfucker. Even though, under the circumstance, I know you think that a black man from the hood ain't nothing, but I was working at D'Agostino's, Burger King, Dalmore Printing. I was doing deliveries at D'Agostino's. I was making a little of the money, but it wasn't nothing like now. I was making $3.35 an hour, man. $3.35 an hour, working hard. I'm not selling you no crack. I'm not robbing you. I'm not buying no guns. I'm not breaking the law. The only thing I had my license. I had a car. I can't even drive no more in New York. I can't have no kids. I can't drive. Ladies don't give me no rhythm. They be chasing the dudes that they want. Them dudes got them girls on lock. Like, listen, man, I call you when he wants some more sex or whatever. He's gonna call you. He's not gonna marry you. He's not gonna take care of no kids. And if you get pregnant, he don't give a fuck. That's the way it is now for you ladies, and that's not my fault. And you don't punish me for what other fucking people do. What the next person eat don't make me shit. And who they fuck don't make me come. Thanks to J. Cole, like I said, for that line. But at the same time, you got me incarcerated for an extra 9 years. Like, come on, man. You violated me. You gonna wonder why I'm mad. And the way that the question officers doing, motherfucker, you turned my clothes into black mold intentionally. Cause you put my wet clothes in my thing, in my dry bag, and then 6 months later, all my shit is molded. You don't give a fuck cause it's not you, right? Yeah, I know. That's the same thing. I don't give a fuck cause it wasn't me. So fuck you, all right, America? Fuck America. Straight like that, motherfuckers. This is the shirt to one of my songs. Nobody give a fuck about the shirt. There's people that do give a fuck. Just because your racist ass don't give a fuck, or your hating ass don't give a fuck, whether you black or white, whatever, fuck you, all right? But that's my shirt right there for the peoples. Then you use the element of intent to prove the private difference. And in order to drop the charge down from a lesser degree, it gotta be negated the elements of intent. Dismissal at the grand jury stages is functionally equivalent to acquittal. That means you can never bring that charge back. The only way you can bring that charge back, like I said, pursuant to CPL 170, you know what I'm saying, is that you got to get permission from the judge. And there got to be newly complaint evidence, meaning that there was evidence that's available now that you need to resubmit the case that wasn't available at the initiation of the the original grand jury. Maybe they found fingerprints or more complaint evidence. It got to be more complaint evidence. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no more complaint evidence. None of that shit. So you just go fucking said, fuck. You took off with my everybody. That's why I don't fuck with people. You took off with my enemies left off. And you know what my enemies did. You know who they raped. So stop. Stop. You straight took sex from 2 girls. You was bullying chicks in the projects. Just taking their sex. All right? So the government, y'all down with the government. I knew y'all was down together anyway. Because there's certain things. I'm not going to bring it up. But it's about who go to jail and who don't go to jail. Who get a job and who don't get a job. I don't get a job and I go to jail. But you can do whatever you want. And Trump, you a phony too, man. Phony ass Trump. He down with it. These niggas is on that shit. Because they want to probably, they want that because they need that. And they know that it hurts when they don't have that. So they'll do anything with your hush money and shit. Hush money. I was making $3.35 an hour, nigga. That's not no fucking hush money, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? America's a piece of shit. Fuck America. And right now, I should wish death upon you. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you live and die. When you fall off the fucking tree, you begin the process of dying. And right now, you done fucked up my life. And I'm definitely in a process. I'm not going to live forever. So why should I take this to the grave with me? Fuck out of here. And people don't give a fuck until it happens to them. Then the person supposed to have remorse, empathy, sympathy, and mercy and all that shit on them. Fuck out of here. So with that said, you know what I'm saying? And then the officers beat you up. Like that said, they beat a dude up in Attica, right? And threw him back in his cell. So the next day he comes out with a knife, right? And he stabs at one of the officers that beat him up and everything. So they killed him. He just got convicted for like 25 years. It probably, a lot of times people get convicted for shit that they didn't do. With these lying ass motherfucking police and these lying ass motherfucking district attorneys and court system. So, but that was because you was unprofessional. Whenever inside the Department of Corrections in New York State, there's contact between an officer and a prisoner, there must be the issuing of an unusual incident report. And they got to protect them by locking them down or whatever, which is torture too. And write a misbehavior report, and they're supposed to go to the Hall of Justice, which is the disciplinary office. Now, who got quasi-judicial, it's quasi-judicial, because it deals with substantial, it deals with due process. You got to give a person due process of law. Even though it's not on a court level, it's quasi-judicial. That gives them the rights to, to lock a prisoner down based on their laws. They don't follow their laws anyway. They do what the fuck they want, just like them dudes that rape, I should say a name. They did what the fuck they want, and that's what the government do. They do what the fuck they want. And dudes are starting to sound like my enemies, like y'all fuck with them niggas. So you start thinking like them niggas. And I wouldn't give a fuck. Women like that type of shit. Not to say it like that, but come on, man. You still crying. You got good things that's going on for you. You still want to go through that shit. And then the white dude gonna get on the news, get on Facebook, and they let this go. Like, they let his shit fly. They gave him airplay. So he says that black people be blaming white people for the failure of black women. Black women want who they want. They fuck who they want and fuck who they don't. They fuck who they do and fuck who they don't. Fuck who they don't wanna fuck. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about whether you make it to the next day, whether you eating, whether you right, your health, none of that shit. All right? I don't know what they went through, But they chasing the same, they all chasing the same men. And them niggas got them chicks locked down. And why not? Shit. Like, I ain't got time for you. I hit it and then I quit it. And if I want to hit it again, I'll call you. And we hook up, but I'm not paying no rent, no child support, none of that shit. And my pops didn't pay child support. All right? Nobody took care of me. I had to fend for myself in the hood. And to the New Jersey Municipal Court, all I was saying, I was to myself. I was in one of them handicap chairs, right, that you rent and roll around. So I was just saying, I was like to myself, I'm sitting on the chair, I'm like, fuck a bitch. Because I was thinking about what just happened what just happened that day, you know what I'm saying? And girls want to charge $350 for sex. I'm not buying no fucking sex. Fuck out of here. And the police will tell me, yo, prostitute, they got these chicks on, that's what they do. Because they want to spread their seeds. I don't know what the fuck they doing. With AIDS and all that, they want the key to pregnancy. And they knock down their own towers, if you ask me. I'm not going to say they did, but if you look at the facts that the towers was compromised by 1993 when somebody pulled a truck up into the parking lot, I think, of the World Trade, and it blew up. Somebody did that. So after that, it was compromised. So they had to do a demolition job because they didn't want the building just to fall sporadically at any moment. And then they'd be there, so they felt it was dangerous, so they did a demolition job. But as far as them putting me in prison, they had no jurisdiction over that charge. Because it doesn't charge a culpable mental state of intent. They never adjudicated my mental state. And for the record, they abused me as a child and caused me to snap and kill somebody. All right? At that age of 18. And I was working right from work. I clocked out. I worked overtime that day. Clocked out, right? And then I went, I hung out with some co-workers at the job and shit. We went to 40 Deuce. You know what I'm saying? We had a gyro, smoked some weed or whatever. I don't smoke weed. They wanted me to smoke weed with them and all that stupid shit. So I smoked a little weed, but weed had nothing to do with the fact that you got me exposed to AIDS out in the street, what you did to me. The forced arrest, all that stuff. You manipulating a bunch of stuff, but you never looked at the facts. So I can't live in New York because I had my driver's license when I was 18. I had a car and everything. They forced me arrested me for DWI, which wasn't true. And they had no probable cause to stop and frisk me in the first place. They said they got anonymous tip that I had a gun in my car. So they stopped, frisked me, finds no gun, take me to the police station, make me walk a straight line, give me a breathalyzer test and say I'm 1 point away from not being intoxicated. They had no probable cause to stop and frisk me, but it's all right. You got that $250. Then the white lawyer gonna say, do you want to spend 15 days in jail or do you want to pay $250 fine? Either one is fucked up. I'm working at Burger King at the time. Well, no, I was working at D'Agostino's at the time. Strapped for cash like a motherfucker. Making $3.35 an hour. It probably went up to $4. I don't know what it went up to, the minimum wage. It went up a little bit. But only like $4, if anything. Not even $4, because I was still making $4.25. After they did the hike on the salary raise, when they raised the minimum wage. So I was still making only $4.25 an hour. That ain't shit, nigga. $4 an hour? I can make $4 by fucking, oh man, but it was hard for a black man at that time. It was hard out here for a pimp. And it still is, because they knocked me down. So I'm still living under slavery. Extra 9 years in prison is slavery. It has elements of slavery and labor. When like dudes stealing shit off my bike, I gotta work just to get that back, put that back. So it entails slavery. Because if I work $4 an hour, and what I'm buying, it costs fucking, let me see. I had to buy another mirror. That shit cost like $21 for the mirror. Because they stole my mirror and they stole my light. He want to charge me $34. So I'm making $4 an hour. To put that back, that take me like 5 hours. In fact, these corrupt white correction officers that was beating us up, doing all kinds of dirty shit to us, they make $25 an hour. It take me fucking over 5 or 6 hours just to make what they make in an hour. It'll take me a week or more just to make what they make in one fucking day. Word. What they make in one fucking day. They make $100 a day. Fucking $25 an hour. 8 hours, that's $200 a day. At $4 an hour, $4.25, just to make what they make in a fucking day. And I'm working hard and girls is just stunting on me. Dudes is crazy for the girls. Yeah, you didn't want to look at none of that. Now you want somebody to fucking kiss your ass and fucking be on your side with you? Darcel Clark too. In the Jersey Municipal Court. You gonna charge me $500 for just saying fuck a bitch in Atlantic City? Talk about I was creating noise and all this other shit. If I said fuck a bitch, then none of your business. I wasn't talking to you. I didn't say nothing to you. I don't know you. You gonna charge me $500. I'm not paying none of that shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you on 9/11. I was deaf to America. And that's how I feel. That's what it is. Fuck you. America's a piece of shit, racist country. Oppression. And they rape ladies a lot. And they don't care about babies neither. They're baby bruisers. They're bruised children. Yeah. Niggas harass every last girlfriend that I have. They act like it's nothing. And then they want to talk about somebody raped them. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't want to get into that because that's a stupid subject. Because if you cry wolf, that's no good. Not on that, because niggas will rape your ass. And then you crying wolf, and then they be able to get away with the stupid shit that they do. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Women want who they want, and fuck who they don't want. And that's what it is. And I just happen to be one of those that they don't want. But it's not like I just ran up your legs and stuck my dick in your ear like I'm some kind of monkey. No, I didn't do nothing to you. All I said was fuck a bitch. I said fuck a bitch. And right now, fuck a bitch. Straight like that. And I don't give a fuck. And fuck America too. Now, it fabricated my mental health records to keep me in prison for an extra 9 years. That has elements of slavery. Now, pursuant to the 13th Amendment, I thought I explained it, is that no person should be subject to slavery or involuntary servitude unless based upon a conviction where the parties have been duly convicted. There's no duly conviction. You never adjudicated my intent and as to my culpable mental state in committing the act. And the grand jury dismissed intent. So obviously I negated the elements of intent, but then you go and get another similar charge with a different theory and it doesn't charge us no intent for the act. And you're going to use that to still give me 25 years to life. Yeah, that's cool. And 9/11 was cool too. Yeah, it was real cool. That was my happy day right there. When they came in, check what happened. And he died, Officer Storm, whatever. I goes to the shower, right? It's during the facility lockdown or whatever, something happened. So I'm the porter on the block. Them niggas was disrespecting me. Like the porters on the block, they look out for them. Like I was the porter on the block at another time in Comstock. This happened in Comstock. So this dude wanna fight me because this dude was trying to play me, like pimp me, like, yo, let me borrow a pack of Newports to the store, this, that, and the third. So I hustle and shit, you know. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Many people hustle. They ain't going up to K2, nigga. Fuck out of here. Weed, all that shit. Niggas do all kinds of shit. Anyway, so I hustle cigarettes. I lend cigarettes out to the store. They even trap me off of that, but everybody does that. Because when I run out of cigarettes, like I'm smoking now, I want to be able to go to the next man and be like, yo, let me get a pouch, a top, a tobacco, and I'll pay you $2 back out the store. Don't worry about it. The prices went up on everything, but still. So I do that. Now that's what I hustle. So what? That's neither here nor there. But this dude tried to pay me out, right? He wasn't gonna pay me back. So me and the dude get into a little rubber. The nigga come off the line and fucking when they go on the chow and I'm the porter sitting on the top side waiting to go get the food and everything, or waiting to serve the food. So he attacks me, got his ass whipped. I hit him with the left because my rotated right was fucked up. I did that in basketball too. Take him to the left. Yeah. So I used to have my little thing where I throw the ball behind my back, keep switching it, then throw it to the left and to take off on the left. I do the little corny shit. Like throw the twirl through your right leg, catch it with your right arm, then throw it back behind my motherfucking back to my left hand, dribble, throw it back behind my back to my right hand. You fucked up my mobility by putting me in prison. Fuck America. I hope America die with me. Nigga, I hope y'all come with me. Fuck America. And that's what it is. You had no right to be to go reopen the grand jury and resubmit another charge or none of that. And the judge, once you have no jurisdiction, the judge supposed to dismiss it. Because you have no jurisdiction. You can't try me for a charge. It charges no crime. Because the act is impossible to commit. The commission, you cannot create that, you cannot do that commission without intent. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot unintentionally or accidentally kill somebody by stabbing them. But you can be in a rage as far as, emotional disturbance, mental disturbance, especially with AIDS. Like they tried to kill me, give me AIDS. Yeah, that's what they tried to do. Fucked up my whole shit. And I was bullied too. I'm fucking mad as a motherfucker. Like back then, I had girlfriends. I never took nothing from nobody. Them niggas was bullying and raping the chicks that they take from me too. Use their powers and shit. They was having their way. And that's what it is. And then it occurred to this. Come on, man. You gonna have me out in the street when I was up in my house with a roof over my head? I'm out in the street paying for sex from crackheads. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? When initially, you know what I'm saying, I had girlfriends, I was bringing them to my house, I was doing my thing. It's hard to do your thing. There's a thin line between fucking being on and doing your thing. Everybody ain't rich. Everybody ain't got it like that. And I had a learning disability. So fuck America. You think what you want to think. Die on that. Die, America. Death. Die, motherfucker. Die, you racist bastards. And that's the black ones too. Stupid motherfuckers.
Essa beat deu risada no story.